So I know in the original video, like I'm laughing because it's all crazy. So this thing has been moved. It's not been moved as much as I think it has. Like it's probably been moved maybe a foot. But when I've been trying to look at photos, this is also what delayed this video because I've been trying to find old videos and old photos and go through them and see. And it does look like it was slid down a little bit. Not as much as I think it was in this video, but it's definitely been moved down. And to me, that's interesting because you know what kind of strength you'd have to pull that down. And then we're gonna see too, because I don't think it's been already been in a video. Maybe it has, but there's been other sticks and stuff laid up against this. So it's like it's not just the fact it's been pulled down, but there's been other things laid up against it. And then we have the archway too that's up here. So I'm not. I mean, there has to be some kind of a meaning to these. I don't know if it's trail markers or what it is, but I mean, you're not just going to have stuff like this randomly happen. And I don't know like what the meaning is, but it's interesting that how quickly it can happen. Because I was up there for the archway, one day, went up the next day, and now it was there. So I'm gonna try to figure out exactly when this stuff happened too, and I want to go through the audio for that time period and see if we can catch any of this stuff actually happening, especially for the archway. So I have a good idea of when that would have happened. So that allows me to actually go through and actually listen to all my audio and see what's up there because that's not just going to appear overnight. That was perfectly placed on that tree to make it into an archway. But we're going to get back to the video. I just want to throw like this little bit of commentary in here just to give, like an update from the future, so to speak. But enjoy. So you'll see little cuts in this because I got to get pictures of this stuff. Okay, I got pictures of that. I'll get pictures of the top part when we go to leave. That's still the same. That's just crazy. No hair. That's not been messed with. That's just crazy. That's been drug. Because if you remember, that was at least a foot this way. It wasn't back that far. Oh, and look. Now, that video that came out yesterday was filmed yesterday. None of this kind of stuff was there. I gotta get more photos. Okay. This will be fun to edit because I'll have like a million video clips. But it's important for me to get photos of this stuff too. What else? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I need to get a photo of this archway because the picture I used for the thumbnail was for screen grab. Okay, so let's back up. Okay. This might get interesting. Hopefully in a good way. Not in a terrifying way. Okay, so we're just gonna do what we did the other day. It's always nice to hear stuff moving like that. I told y'all I wasn't right. Sometimes my curiosity gets the better of me and it might not always be good. I still don't believe that right in front of us is natural. If you see me like whip the camera over, it's not that I'm afraid, it's if there's something happening, I want to catch it. Maybe that's a bad thing, like I said, that I'm not afraid to. I just know if they would have wanted to hurt me, they would have by now. Oh, that's a dog barking. I was like, no, what the hell is that? Now, tomorrow archery season starts. So, it's another reason that I wanted to come do this today. Because I still gotta buy my fluorescent orange stuff. And nothing like waiting till the last minute. And I probably, like the last video, sound like I'm dying. It's my allergies. Oh, that's a tree. I was like, what in the hell is that down there? Okay. Then, no, we followed, I have to think about this now. We followed this down more. Like I said, getting GPS coordinates for stuff will help. And we came up here. Yeah, because we I'm also looking for other stuff to document. What is that? That's a tree. I guess this isn't the way I came up. That's alright. The good thing is it's a bowl. We can get there by just walking left. And actually, I'm glad it is this open with this many leaves because I sound like a bulldozer, but everything else will too. Hey, you're a woodpecker. Fix the tripod too. If you can't tell, it's not squeaking anymore. This is where we came up. So I was wrong. I did follow it down more. Because this is where it opens up. And look, this is where I said that tree was wedged. And there's no root ball to it. So I'm gonna get some photos of this. And look, there's another one right behind it that's wedged. I don't believe it has a root ball either. No. Okay. So, this isn't set in stone yet because I still gotta talk to some people. But one of the guys in the cryptozoological group was asking if I'd be interested in getting into like day packing and overnighting. And at first I was kidding, but he's like, no, I'd really do it. He said he'd stay back here in the woods one night with me. Obviously, see, I don't like that. Because I was hearing movement, but it was only when I was talking before. Like I said, I don't automatically think it's something weird. It could be coyotes too. I think I just saw a squirrel. I think in the spring, if he's serious, right in here, I think is where we would want to camp. I mean, it's all open. That's another reason why I want to get GPS coordinates. I'm also looking because I'm like, where exactly? I think it was back. I mean, it was back further, but I'll try to get GPS before we leave. But I'm trying to find. See, that happened last time. There was an awful lot of moving back there and back there. I know this is the right area because right over there is where it drops down and it feeds into the pond. Oh, you know what? I caught that quick. That might have been a red squirrel. Remember, I was talking in the last video about how they're not that common. Fox squirrels are way less common than gray squirrels, at least here. I don't know what it's like for Washington County as a whole, or Greene County, or, you know, Fayette or anything, but this area, in other words, like this property, yeah, you hear the flies. But no, what I'm trying to find is both the little thing I found before, that little like structure, and then that part of the tree. Oh, I see the part of the tree is. It's over there. There's some chipmunkies. So see, there's just weird stuff. Where it's like that broke off. But then you've got, I don't know. It's hard because some of it could be weird, some of it could be normal. But it's like you get these little areas too, like where trees are pushed over and it looks like they've been like, you know what I mean, made into little hides or something. But getting GPS over in here will be important because I need to know exactly where we're at to know if that's where the woods actually ends or if it just looks like they do, but there's a break, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, there's something right there. That's probably a chipmunk because it was fairly small, whatever it was. So that was over in there. So I'm like, how do I get over there? Man, look at that. The woodpeckers have had a field day with this. Oh no, that's mold. Oh, it's like moss. So we would have been over there when we were at Brian. Well, I didn't film that. Next time he comes down, I'm gonna ask him if I can. Oh yeah, there goes a chipmunk right there. Oh yeah, look, here's an old fence line. So that might actually be the end of the actual woods. I know he asked about my mom's boyfriend if he was sold on this. I'm like, he was starting to be, but I talked to him about stuff last night. I don't think he is because he's like, those could be deer trails. You'd be surprised. I don't know. He forgets that I grew up on 64 acres and hunted since I was actually legally allowed. Like I would just go with my dad. Had a 22 at an extremely young age. You know, under supervision, but my dad was chief of police. And ex-military intelligence, so everybody knew how to be safe and use weapons because we did live out in the country. Yeah, there's a chipmunk right there, about 10 feet in front of me. Because what I was saying is, I just went down in this hole, is it's weird that there's paths, you know, and then you see all these that are like arching over. Saw that the other is, but chipmunks are ground squirrels. Chipmunks and squirrels are both squirrels. Main difference is where they live in their size. Okay. So. Now that I'm like taking some time today, instead of like rushing back here then rushing away. So let's take a look at this. So clearly, that would be too thick to come from this tree because that's damn near the size of the trunk. So, oh, I just look, there's another thing over there. Okay, so there's no root ball on it, which means it's not a tree that fell. Second off, let's look at some other info about this. It's definitely been placed here because that tree has nothing broke off anyhow. So nobody can argue that this came off that tree because it doesn't look like there's any missing limbs. So let me get photos of this. Okay. I mean, I guess that could be a tree frog, but how random. You know, this channel is making me firmly into a believer. Oh, from a believer to a knower. And I do think they can mimic, just based on the audio I've caught, they can mimic a whole heap of shit. And it's interesting that stopped once I started talking. And I'm not even close to it. Okay, so just looking at where, like I said, we'll try to get GPS coordinates back here. Because I brought my iPad as well. So this is what I was saying. Look at this. Those have all been placed there. They're perfectly balanced. Let me get a photo. That sounded like it was something big. And it was once I turned my back. That kind of stuff I don't like. Okay, well there's that. But remember, there was another little one that we found last time. Ow, freaking briars. So, keeping my eyes out for that. And look, there's another tree that's been pulled over. And there's another one over here. Now that's not natural. That's been clearly pulled over and shoved like that. This is why I said we need an audio recorder back in here. That pickup, that must sound like a voice. I don't know, I'm gonna get pictures of this. Okay. So, looks like there's more stuff back here too. Oh no, that... Maybe not. Well, no. Look, there's more trees that are bent over. Let me get a photo. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this will be fun to go through and edit, but that's okay. Right. So there's another tree that's been placed there over this trail. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I get GPS coordinates. Oh, there. Okay. Are you seeing that? It's probably a light. We're gonna walk over here. It's probably the dumbest thing to say right now. That's awful black. That might be that tree. Now, I've never been back in here. I think it is a tree. I'm trying to get Google Earth to download because I actually do have cell phone service. But look at this trail. This looks like a trail person made. Let me check on this. It is downloading, so. Oh, look. It looks like there's another trail over there with a tree pulled over it. What time is it? 10:33. I should have downloaded Google Earth before I left. What is that? That's awful red. Probably just leaves. Yeah. You see how red that is, though? Oh yeah, I probably should have said it's October 3rd, 2025. See, that's what I don't like. I don't mean it like it freaks me out. What I don't like, though, is there's been few times now when I turn my back, I hear stuff behind me. I'm gonna check on this. Hey, guess what? I got Google Earth to work back here, and you're not gonna believe this. We're not even remotely halfway through these woods. That little break was just to look. When I looked on Google Earth, I'll put that in the video. It was just like a break in the trees. I don't know if there used to be a gas well there, or they're gonna put one there, or what that is. So no. That's wild. But I know where we're at now. It is crazy though how quiet some of these areas are. That was acorns. Oh, look. More trees that have been purposely pulled over. Okay, I've just been having the lady that lives in some of our phones take screenshots. This is crazy. Another archway on a trail. Man, look how old this stump is. This will probably be one of my longest videos, but I can't help it. branch or something dead. I think it's a branch. But that goes back even further. Now that I know I can get GPS back here, see, if I knew my service was good enough, as insane as this sounds, I would live stream back here. While I was doing this. This is like Pacific Northwest back here, thick, you know what I mean? Like this just opens up. Not going the right way though. We gotta kind of cut back. See, I heard a gunshot because next month rifle will be coming in. Another path though with a tree over it. So we'll get a picture of that as well. What the hell? That's a pipe in the ground. Well, that probably fell, actually. Yeah, there's a random pipe. I'm guessing for natural gas or something, I don't know. I'm not gonna linger in the area though, because I almost fall since I stepped all weird. Oh, look, another random X. This is wild how open this is. I also keep thinking how cool it'd be to play paintball back here. Now see, that fell. Yeah, it snapped off. Well, there's part of a balloon. What the fuck is that? Did you hear how loud that was? Well, I'm looking up too to make sure it's not affiliated, because that was loud. But then see, I'm like, here's another one. There's no root ball. And it's placed, it's wedged. And then see, this is, it's just so weird back in here. Oh, sorry. Okay, that's not that woodpecker. Because that woodpecker, that's why I flipped the camera, flew over there, and then I immediately heard it up there. Oh, wait. Wait for it. Trying to zoom in and see what species that is. That's a pileated. It's not a big one. I saw how it moved. They move a lot like ivory bills used to. They do that weird like shuffle where they like bob their head. And what is this? This is random. Wait, does that line up with that pipe? We'll have to use Jeep. Oh wow, look at this oak tree. Look at this size. That's a chunker. This would be another good place to camp too, if we're gonna do that. That is crazy. You know how old that tree has to be? Whoa. What the fuck was that? See, I don't like that because that happened and that one answered back. Hello? Brian laughed, but I'm serious. I don't know what I'd ever do if I heard that answer back in my voice. But anyhow, I was gonna show you. I'll get GPS for this too. Look at this. And what is that? I kind of get the feeling I shouldn't be up here. We're all right. Okay. Let's continue on. I got a photo of that. It looked like there might have been stuff over in there too. Oh, you know what? Let me get GPS for where we're at. Okay, so we're almost actually directly behind the study area. And I still think that they used the ridge lines. So it would make sense there would be activity back here even during the day. Karate chop down the I don't know why I wasn't using Google Earth before. See, what makes these woods weird, and Brian pointed that out too, I'm glad that they're all hunters, is how quiet it is. That's not normal. See, there's a lot of trees that are laying over like that up here. Did you notice how when I move you hear noise? That's me. Let's actually step. And see, there's that whole mess over there. I'm really aiming for it. I want to see what's in those trees. Yeah, and I see something else that's interesting too. Oh. Okay, that is a tree stump. See how dark that was? That didn't look like a stump at first, and I'm like, oh, that's creepy. But it's like that mess that's over there. All right, let's go over to this tree, because I'm wondering if there's any nests in it. Actually, yeah. See, owls will use this sometimes. They'll sit in there, and it's awful low to the ground. But sometimes, like northern saw-whet owls will use that. There's just so much going on. You know what I mean? Like noise-wise. Oh, look. More bear scat. That's another tree. It's uprooted, but look, it's pushed over a path. I think there's another floating tree too. You see back there. I'm gonna walk over. I'm not sure that's floating or if it's bent over. I got to get a picture of this one. As this is over, see, this is a trail that runs. I think, I don't know. I thought that fell off the tree, but I'm not sure that it did. Because that tree's pretty much dead. I don't know, I'm gonna get a picture of this and get GPS. Okay. Oh, there's a tree stand. That's a random ass tree stand. Oh, there was a tree stand. Right there. That's long since been gone. But this is like a Bigfoot highway back here. Look at this. No, that's, holy shit, that's been bent. This is wild. Look at this. It starts there and it goes about 50, 60 feet over to here. I gotta get pictures of this too. Okay, so that field, that's like, you know, if you're looking at the Google Maps, it's like, I said the gas well owns, or gas company. We're like halfway behind it, like up in the woods. Like, which makes this even funnier now. Like, when people are like, where would they hide? Why don't you come back here? You can hide. I mean, this is like a damn highway back here. There's a board from the tree stand. This is awesome. I'm enjoying doing this now. Brian and them got me back into doing field work. And look along the trail. There's another tree that's been wedged. This has to mean something. Because look at that. There's another tree down at my study site that's wedged and it's by a trail. And look, there's another pile. Looks like they're wedged and they're pointing along the trail. This is the most stuff I've ever found, but I've never gone looking before. Let me get photos of this and GPS. Okay, that was loud, whatever that was. We're gonna walk this. I can honestly say, because I've thought about, and it's funny because I'm vegan because of health problems. I can't eat meat and I can't eat dairy, but I've been thinking about getting into hunting again and donating the meat or giving it to my mom's boyfriend. But I would do archery. I just gotta get a bow. Because there's far too many deer and there's nothing wrong with donating meat to people that need it. Well, no, I guess it's not. It's just stuff that's been pushed over or fell over, one or two. I'm also looking for prints, like not just, you know, potential Sasquatch, but I'm looking for bear signs. But that's a good sign that we got bear scat because, you know, Dr. Meldrum and everybody talked about how the habitat overlaps, to see how grown up that is. This is just wild back in here. Yeah, this along this path would be another good spot, I think, to put audio. Because I don't think they're ever gonna, I mean, this is still our neighbor's property back where I'm at, because it's not that, I thought I had a stick in my shoe. But like pretty much where that's all, you know, grown up is the gas property. This is still our neighbor. And that was an 8-10 call and I saw it. Kind of going this way to see, one, if there's bear scale, and two, is there anywhere where this connects? Because this, we should be facing the study site now. And that one trail looked like it used to run up this way, you know, where that tree was moved. Another pile of crap. I mean, there's bear up there. That's deer poop. See, randomly out here, you probably just heard that. It sounded like a wood mouse. See, I'm trying to figure where would it, because I think that's where the field starts. You know, what used to be a field. I'm not sure how far back that trail would be. I hear movement. Yeah, I'm gonna have a million video clips to edit into this video. Well, let's see on GPS exactly where we're at. Okay, so when I was taking that picture, there was a blatant wood knock down this way. Right when I said, you know, woman's name, take a screenshot. Feels like as far as seeing something goes, it's like a cat and mouse game, like I said before. But to be fair, anything that would live out here, I sound like a bulldozer coming through. Anything that would live back here would know the woods better than me. This is actually rather steep to go down from the water. But look, there is a path over there. We need to go over that way because look, it runs, and I think that's, holy hell. You gotta climb through some stuff because I went, the wrong way to follow it. I was just sitting here laughing. I saw an Ultimate Warrior meme where he's, talking about putting the juice in the spaceship. It says me after one Tylenol. And I'm laughing because I'm like, my left knee, I'm going to need to go back and take a Tylenol. Well, actually, I'm going to take a couple Tylenol. Oh, Mike, I don't think that opens up. At least not through here. We're going to have to kind of bulldoze our way through because I'm not crawling back through all that. So yes, if you were something that didn't give a shit, so to speak, you just bulldozed your way through it, There's more deer scat. Go back here. I feel like it's Bigfoot going through this stuff. Have to like duck down. See, this is where I was looking to. I'm gonna break out a tree. Just trying to avoid anything like that. Oh, I think that just broke too. It did. It is. This is the trail that runs there. This is like a highway. Well, actually, I need to leave that, get a photo, then I can move it. I'm gonna move it, then put it back. I just swung it up.
Okay. I can't believe that tree's been moved. At least I swear it's been moved. Like, I swear it was more up this way before. So we just did a gigantic loop. And just think, we're only halfway through those woods, like as far as depth goes. Oh, I'm definitely going to end this here because this is going to be super long. I apologize for that, but look how much stuff we found. I'll bet you that there's got to be more too. There's got to be, because it seems like the more you go through, the more you find. As far as like stuff like that, trails. This is just wild. But I'm going to get out of here, go have lunch, and I'll see you guys in the next one later.